One of my favorite things in the world is when you arrive in a new city and you have no idea where anything is. You don't really know anything about the city. You just don't know anything. It's kind of my favorite part about going to any place new in the world, not just cities, but particularly with cities. There's so much going on. It feels like when you see a young kid and they're just always so amazed by everything, taking in so much information. Kind of feels like you're a kid again, and everywhere you look, there's just so much going on, and everything is interesting.
You can drink the water from a tap here.
Fun facts. We literally have to stop every 2 minutes because Felicia wants to look at the dollar food. Food everywhere is like $1. Oh my God, this one's $1. This one's $1.
And it's all fried.
2 trips, 2-way trip, 2 people, about $2 US with a cool little card too. So you arrive in this new city and you have no idea where anything is or where you're going or what you're doing. So the first thing I always like to do is do a walking tour. So today, that's exactly what we're doing. We are going to Comuna 13, which is one of the most famous / notorious communities in the city. So anyways, we're going to Comuna 13, which is a super famous and notorious community. It used to be one of the most dangerous parts of Medellin, and now it is one of the most frequently visited. It's up in the mountains. I don't really know anything else other than that. That's what we're going to learn today. Okay, we are here now in a new community, in a new city, Comuna 13. This tour guide's been absolutely amazing. We've learned boatloads of information, which I'm not going to bother sharing with you right now. We are about to go look at some of the incredible street art and just explore the Comuna a little bit. So let's have a look. Check out Comuna 13.
Here we come. Here we come. I'ma see what you got for me, baby. Got for me, baby. Got for me, baby. Take what you got for me.
I could genuinely stay in a place like this all day long. I could probably stay here for a month. This is unbelievable. Comuna 13, so much happening. As I was saying before, our tour guide was lovely. Our tour is now over. We're just kind of wandering the streets here, these little narrow alleyways. Everyone's super nice, great food, cold beers, everything's dirt cheap. Oh, I can't really harness my excitement at the moment. So basically what gives this Comuna its character, as explained by our tour guide, is there is a pretty dark history with this place in Colombia. There's been many government attempts back. Okay, let me try to explain this better. So the reason this area of Medellin has so much character is because it's got a pretty dark history. A dark but also uplifting history. Back in the days, a lot of paramilitary groups and far right and left political militias lived in these mountains, and essentially ruled over them like gangs. There was many attempts by the government to kind of overthrow, or I don't know what the proper word is, like clean out these areas of gang members and these militias and extremist groups. Unfortunately, in that process, of course, there were a lot of innocent civilian casualties and just a lot of heartache and blood and destruction. But now, the uplifting part is through hip hop and dance and art and culture. This place has become one of the most visited, but also one of the safest neighborhoods in all of Medellin, which, as you guys can see, is pretty incredible. Today was one of those days for me and for Felicia that is arguably the best kind of day I could ever ask for while traveling. There's no real direction or goal or mountain to climb. You're just kind of wandering aimlessly and immersing yourself in a new place with new people and new cool culture. It's a day, like I mentioned before, that you just embrace your childlike sense of wonder and really take in your surroundings more than we generally do on a day-to-day basis. Now, I know we don't all have places as exciting as Comuna 13 in our cities or towns where we may live, but the idea is to go explore a new place that you've never been, whether it's in your town or your city. Go check out a new neighborhood, go to a new cafe, go to a new park, and spend some time actually taking in new surroundings. Being obsessed with the new and exciting is something I've always struggled with. I've got serious commitment issues with places, but I'm learning to understand that you don't need to fly across the world to find something new and exciting. Now, in terms of Comuna 13, it really does have an incredible story that will probably make you smile, cry, feel all sorts of emotions, but there's plenty of documentaries and amazing videos and articles that have been written about the place. It truly is one of a kind area I've ever been in any city of all our travels. Now, the final thing is we did book our walking tour through a company called Guru Walk. They operate all over the world, and they're actually on a honesty system sort of payment. So it is technically a free walking tour, but tips are expected. Our guide actually walked us past his house. He grew up in Comuna 13, so it was a really cool experience that was a bit different from the standard touristy walk you would get. Now, me and Felicia actually paid our guide about 30,000 pesos each, which is about $6 or $7 US, I think, or about $10 for us. But along the way, it's a cool little community, so he brought us to those dancers, and we paid for a couple of those performances or tipped them as well. But all up, super cheap day. Can't really say there's anything more I'd rather do on my first couple days in Medellin. So that's it. Go explore your city or your town. Find somewhere new, meet some new people, eat some new food, try some new stuff, be a little kid again. Bye.